you, Morgan. Here's a look at today's top stories. Rockford police continue to investigate a shooting that sent a woman to the hospital. It all happened late Wednesday night near the 500 block of Sandra Lane. Police say a woman was shot once. Her injury was non-life threatening. A long-delayed wind farm project in Lee County has granted an extension. The Green River project would set up 60 wind turbines across more than 13,000 acres of land. Continue our series of special reports this morning with a scam warning, and this one hits very close to home. It's a phishing scam that's so new the IRS doesn't even have a name for it, and the Better Business Bureau hasn't even heard of it. Welcome back to 13 News Today. We're now joined by Rockford's new police chief, Dan O'Shea, here to talk about the recent rash of violence that's taken place in the region recently. Dan O'Shea, how are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Now, obviously, you've only been on the job for a short time. You told me 32 days, but we've had kind of an uptick in crime, especially this week. What can you tell us, first of all, about what you guys are doing investigating-wise right now? Alrighty, thank you, Morgan. Here's a look at today's top stories. Terror in Orlando tops news around the nation today. A gunman walked into Paul's That's a Gay nightclub in Orlando early Sunday morning and opened fire. Welcome back. It is Iowa Caucus Day as the presidential race officially kicks off in the Hawkeye State. And most of the action is taking place in the state capital of Des Moines. And that's where we find our own Jerry Gallagher this morning. Good morning, Jerry.
Did you have an idea of what you wanted to be when you grew up?
Well, I always wanted to work with Tim the Toolman Taylor on Home Improvement. That was one of my goals.
I knew it would be some sort of
I wanted to be Al.
Strange answer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not that handy, so Tim's never called me.
Remember one time a door broke in my apartment and I tried to get Elliot to fix it?
I tried my best.
He did. He tried so hard.
It's 13 News Today.
Okay, so you were making fun of me a little bit earlier because pollen has hit me today.
Elliot's talking like this.
Coming in hot. It's like,
I feel bad. Okay, so it's allergies. It's not an illness, right?
Because I hope so, because I'm taking allergy medicine and it's taking its time to work.
I was joking, but I was really wanting to do this the whole thing because I don't want to get sick either.
Just gonna walk out? No, I'm just kidding.
See you later.
Welcome to 13 News at noon. I'm Elliot Grandia. Well, we'll get to that story in just a bit, but first, breaking news out of Belvedere this morning. Police have now confirmed that they are on the scene of a robbery at Alpine Bank. The suspect escaped the bank located at the 600 block of South State Street with an undisclosed amount of cash. That's according to officials. Now, all employees are safe. No injuries are currently being reported. The scene is, though, still active.
You see the trees going, and then I hear the trailer shaking, and then I hear a big boom. 2 trees. Lucky, and thank God they saved me.
Several areas along the state line at the mercy of a severe storm system last night. Now trying to just dig out of their homes, clear the streets, and piece together what was destroyed after a spotter has confirmed a tornado touched down. We have live continuing coverage from those impacted areas. Welcome to 13 News at noon. I'm Elliot Grandia. Well, we begin this afternoon with continuing coverage of the storms that ripped through much of the northern Illinois region last night. Christy Batista is live in Sublette, a small village in Lee County that was hit hard. Now, Christy, a spotter has confirmed that a tornado did touch down in that region. How are things looking now? And caffeine fix, why some researchers say we should ditch a glass of water for a cup of joe while working out.
Okay, what do you think about that? I tried that one time, replacing the...
Didn't work so well for you?
I tried having coffee before I worked out, and it was a horrible workout.
For me, more than anything, I just get super hungry. Okay. So I think I need to start packing like a bag of grapes or something, or like a sandwich in my pocket, you know, just in between reps. And I'm Elliot Grandia. Kristen, what a tough assignment we have today. It is not only beautiful outside, but I don't know how you and Sean do it every week. It is smelling delicious out here. Kristen just had a delicious crepe. She even shared a little bit with me. That was nice.
It was pretty amazing. Sean has the night off, so Elliot's been kind enough to fill in after doing the morning show already. So thank you for doing that.
Of course. Welcome back. While I know, at least in my family, the way to my dad's heart is food, and specifically meat. So we got Pete from Texas Roadhouse to tell us a little bit more on how we can feed our dads this coming Father's Day. Pete, thanks for coming in.
No problem at all.
Welcome back to another edition of City Market. We're downtown Rockford. Weather is beautiful, but you guys, I wish I had smell-o-vision because it is smelling so delicious. I am in Cantina Tacos, and let's take a look at the line, because if anything is to tell you guys how good Cantina Tacos, the line is down the block. So many people waiting for delicious tacos, and I get to be lucky enough to be right here in the tent. And joining me is Annabelle. Annabelle, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Getting ready for the rush right now, so we're ready to work for it.
So you guys are kind of a staple here. I often hear about people coming to your guys' tacos. There always seems to be a line. Why are they so good, do you think?
We're in a good mood.
We are in a good mood. It is Wednesday. We've made it to the hump, and we're starting to get down, so we're excited about it.
And we have a fun day set up for us tomorrow, too.
We do. We're headed out to Six Flags, actually.
Not in the morning. We'll still be here on your morning show, but right after the morning show, we're going to book it to Six Flags.
Previewing a new ride there, so we're excited
And it's
to show
actually
you guys
for
that.
work, if you can believe that.
It's a hard day at work.
Thankfully, the weather will.
Awesome. All right, we're heading over here. Ooh, it's my favorite station, the cheese station. So sprinkle a little on there.
Sprinkle a little bit of cheese, sprinkle a little bit of onions.
What kind of cheese is this?
It's mozzarella cheese.
Ooh, just classic mozzarella. Oh, yes. I'm going to put a little extra just for good measure. All right, slide on over.
Pinch of onions. If you like onions and love extra onions, you can put many onions you want, and we'll give the good
This is
flavor
trouble because I like everything here, so I'm going to, alrighty.
That's cilantro.
Slide it over. Okay, now this is, I feel like, one of the key ingredients to your guys'. It's so fresh. How do you guys keep your cilantro so fresh like this?
Everything fresh from the start. We start doing all the preparation this morning. Everything comes fresh from the market, straight away from here.
All right, so to top these suckers off, we got some lime. So let's squeeze some of these guys. Would you say one per one?
One.
Alrighty. I'll do my best here. How am I doing so far, would you say?
You're doing perfect. A little bit slow for my option.
A little slow? Uh-oh. Okay, well, I'll make sure to perfect it next time.
Well, it's lunchtime here at Washington Elementary, and students here are ready to chow down on whatever's on their plates.
Cookies, Doritos, and crackers.
For those opting to get school lunch, today's menu is a crowd pleaser.
Cheese pizza.
And that pizza comes for free. Washington Elementary and every other school in the Rockford Public School District is part of the Community Eligibility Program, or CEP. The program allows schools with high poverty rates to provide free breakfast and lunch to all students. It's the first year of the program, and on average, the district has seen a 26% increase in breakfasts being served and 12% in lunches.
There's like 1,056 in the district, and we're feeding about 70% of those.
Don Rambold is head of food services for South Beloit Schools. The school district is also now serving all students for free. Before the program, the district only served about 40% of students. Both districts have to follow strict nutritional guidelines to remain qualified. For example, lunch has to meet a third of daily recommended allowance for protein, iron, calcium, calories, and vitamins A and C.
The unfortunate thing is when you go out and you look in the garbage cans and you see the banana, the apple, the broccoli, all of that being thrown away because they knew they had to take it, but they didn't want it.
RPS Interim Food Director Leo Large says that's the same case for some Rockford schools.
So it's fairly challenging to do all that and then come up with a menu that a child is actually going to eat.
Both food directors say more kids are being fed, some that may not get a meal otherwise. The problem is what's put on their plate doesn't always make it to their mouths.
Well, a lot of kids don't know what they are. They've not seen them.
Clinical dietitian with Swedish American Shirley Poole says she's not surprised.
They still will eat foods that they're exposed to.
She says for many homes, no matter the background, cheap food trumps healthier food, which means the options they see at school not only seem unappetizing, they're unfamiliar. So what can schools do?
One exposure to spinach is not going to win most children over it.
Egg yolk, Italian dressing, and cheese.
On this day at Washington, the school tested out a salad bar. They did so to see if students would opt to choose and eat their veggies in this manner.
Fish sandwiches, because they're not that good.
A menu committee is now trying to come up and brainstorm ideas on how the district can meet recommendations, but also in a unique and appetizing manner.
Breakfast for lunch is kind of a cool idea for a lot of kids.
Experts say schools should start with what they know about students' eating habits. Fruit generally does better than veggies, while potatoes and corn will usually beat out peas and carrots. And when it comes to consuming the food, they should try to limit the foods that force students to peel or cut.
This is their time to talk and their time to go outside for recess.
It's the first year for both schools under this new program, and they hope feeding more students will translate into feeding more minds.
Children who have better nutrition, meaning they eat breakfast and eat lunch, do significantly better.
For your Digging Deeper station, I'm Elliot Grandia, 13 News. For the postal shop of Rockford, the holiday season means weighing, labeling, and shipping thousands and thousands of packages across the nation. But for a few years now, they've been expanding their reach to those serving overseas.
We'd push out for, I don't know, as far as we could get until we would come into contact with the Taliban down there.
Meet Kyle, In 2009, he was deployed to Afghanistan, where day and night he guarded 100 square miles trying to fend off fire from the Taliban as they waged war against terrorism.
And a lot of guys are overseas. They don't have electricity, they don't have any communication, they don't have with their families, they don't have any water, no pavement to walk on, no heating, no air conditioning, nothing.
Larry Hinkle, who fought in Desert Storm, wanted to make Christmas for those serving in dire conditions a little brighter. Hinkle now collects money at the postal shop and sends packages to soldiers overseas, most times for free.
The couple Christmases, we do 1,500 care boxes.
For Kyle, one Christmas delivery couldn't have come at a better time.
I think our base was actually attacked that day.
Enemy fire targeted the last delivery helicopter, leaving the guys in his platoon demoralized.
We really relied on getting packages over there. It was pretty much the only thing we had.
But a month later and right before Christmas, the postal shop's delivery arrived. With it, 40 packages for Kyle alone.
And it was awesome because a lot of the guys in my unit didn't have family or their family wasn't sending them stuff. So I was able to take the 40 packages then and divide it between my whole entire platoon.
Books, notes, and food traveled a long journey into the battle-torn Middle East.
It was nice when we get like Chef Boyardee or anything. That was the main entree then. Everybody was super excited for that.
This Christmas, Kyle's in the States with family, but he says the gesture all the way from home made Christmas away from friends and family bearable, something he'll be forever thankful for.
Definitely like to say thank you to him. He's done a lot of good, and he definitely made a big impact on us. So,
for your Digging Deeper station, I'm Elliot Grandia, 13 News.
I thought to myself, there's a lot of things I feel I can bring to the table here. And that was kind of what motivated me.
After sitting through Rockford Town Hall meetings, city council gatherings, and talking with residents, Elgin Police Commander Dan O'Shea says he got a better pulse for what Rockford really needs in its next top cop, a need he says he can fill. Being on Elgin's police department for 17 years, most recently as a bureau commander, he says that's a job that has equipped him to take the next step to Rockford.
There's similar cities. Elgin's a little smaller, but it's a similar, diverse city, so it's gone through a lot of the same challenges and changes that Rockford is going through and has gone through.
After sifting through 59 applications, the Rockford Board of Fire and Police Commissioners selected 3 finalists to become chief. One did drop out, so it was down to current Rockford Assistant Deputy Chief Doug Pan and O'Shea. After public input was taken into account, there was one final evaluation. 6 hours of assessment where both candidates were given 5 simulations. Candidates were evaluated on how they would deal with issues from body cameras to internal communication. That's where Board Secretary Ian Lindenberry says O'Shea stuck out.
People were looking for a commanding leader, somebody who could inspire the department, somebody who could reach out to other law enforcement agencies and collaborate at the same time. And they saw those characteristics in candidate O'Shea.
O'Shea says he's ready to take on the role, but knows there are many challenges that lie ahead. The biggest hurdle, internal communication with the union and other officers.
It's going to work out over time. It's going to take time. I'm not snapping my fingers tomorrow when I walk in here and, hey, this is all great. Everything, it's utopia. It's going to take time.
For your Digging Deeper station, I'm Elliot Grandia, 13 News.